Hey, welcome. Thanks for taking time for joining in today. If you're here today, it means that you're trying to build your business, trying to be successful in your career, and you're trying to achieve success in life. And what I'm going to take you through is the way businesses and brands are going to build their marketing systems going ahead. Before we go in deeper, I'll give you a brief on what I am all about. I'm Sanjay Dukle. I've been a startup and a solopreneur myself, working across multiple brands across the region over the last 15 years. And over a period of time, I've learned, realized, and practiced how businesses can work together and grow, reach more customers, and drive their sales by using the framework of strategic partnership. I built over 1,000 partnerships over the last half a decade or more, and I've worked across multiple industries from recruiting, B2B, retail, SME, startup format, brands. I brought all of this learning that I've built over the last 10 plus years. I wrote a book called The Art of Sales Partnership. So this marketing system is for you if you align with any of or more of segments. If you're a solopreneur, if you're a consultant or a freelancer, the biggest challenge will be to trying to find new sources of leads. You will have very limited budgets and resources, and they're trying to build a personal and services brand. Right? If you're a startup, an SME, or a small business owner, you're trying to create relationships with customers. You're trying to grow and build your distributor and dealer network. You're launching new products in new markets. Or if you're a B2B retail or a professional services brand and you have a challenge of competing with bigger brands who have bigger budgets, if you're trying to differentiate your product or service in a crowded market, or if you're trying to build a better value proposition so customers actually feel that there's a value that you are offering them and they will buy. In that case, this marketing system definitely for you. It's going to help you take things to the next level. So before we go deeper, I just want to take you through the evolution of the marketing around 1990 to 2010. It was mostly the traditional media, as we call it, which is newspapers, print, radio, outdoor distribution of flyers. And between 2010 and 20 was the social age, and that's when your Facebooks, your Instagrams, and now digital and social media, you have challenges that marketing comes at a high cost. You have to constantly create content. You need internal or external teams. You have to keep upgrading your software. And then comes the partnerships way. Partnerships way gives you the leverage. It gives you the freedom. It helps you create and launch without spending on ads initially. It can help you customize and do deep engagements with your audience, which is going to go beyond what you would otherwise do with any other form of marketing. It is not limited by your resources, because with framework that I'm talking about today, you can actually work with other brands, other businesses, and do collaborations, which is going to help you reach customers. You're going to be able to borrow and work with their marketing channels. It's going to extend your reach beyond what you can even imagine. We did a brief survey on what really holds back businesses, founders, entrepreneurs. One of the biggest reasons is a limited budget or resources, limited marketing skills, because a lot of founders, they are professionals, they don't come from sales and marketing backgrounds. That is a big challenge for them. And this framework that I use helps you break through that limitation. Not able to grow their market share for new products is a challenge that businesses face. Even established businesses and brands, they face this challenge constantly as the market evolves and they're trying to catch up. A lot of them have limited network and customer base, and a bigger challenge for them is not being able to compete with bigger brands who have bigger reach, bigger distribution power, bigger budgets to spend on social and advertising. And this is where, if you build your marketing system with framework and the structure that I'm talking about, it's going to help you transcend, go beyond all of this limitation. So what really drives customers is a set of this component, and they all play different role and different weightages of contributions based on your product, your service, and which industry you are in. Some of them may be about value proposition. What is the real value that you're giving to a customer? Does it really help a customer, or are you just trying to sell something? It's about brand positioning. Are you taking away somebody's pain? So it will be weight loss, it will be hair loss, or it could be trying to solve a problem for them. Or are you creating pleasure, where it will be aspirational, money can buy experiences, something which is luxury, something which is niche, something which is life experiences. It depends on how you position a brand and the pricing that goes with it. How do you build your trust and confidence so people feel confident in buying from you, especially for the first time? Are they ready to give you their money? That's very important. Brand visibility. How will you build brand visibility? When you have limited budgets and you're competing with bigger brands, what are the marketing channels that you'll be able to use, and how do you get them? Either you spend money, and a lot of entrepreneurs will find this challenging, and what kind of offers can you create? Whether it's an SME, whether it's a B2B, whether it's a service-oriented business, retail or e-commerce, offers drive a lot of consumer markets, and that's when, how do you create urgency, or how do you create that engagement that's going to help people come in and buy? So this marketing system that I'm talking about is basically about helping you build your entire marketing roadmap. It helps you go to market, it helps you build your roadmap for the next 4 quarters if you want to start with. What are you going to do? How are you going to take your brand to the next level? How are you going to find more customers? How are you going to achieve more success? How are you going to drive your KPIs, whatever they may be? And you cast them in this model. You apply the framework partnerships to find other brands, businesses, channels, platforms, apps that's going to help you achieve that. So the curriculum that I've built on this basically takes you to the entire framework and how you can actually build this. Because if you see today, you open up any media, whether it is related to governments, whether it's related to the industry, whether it's related to chambers of commerce, whether it's related to your own category. You will see startups, incubators, you will see that they all use the word partnerships frequently, right? And it's there all over. If you look at as a professional, you look at your career, you go to LinkedIn, you see the amount of jobs that are being advertised for strategic partnership and across multiple industries. And the reason why this is happening and what it means is that businesses have realized that just running their regular marketing systems is not going to help. They need to tweak, they need to build those marketing systems by integrating the framework of strategic partnership, creating roles today, put dedicated people in place to be able to drive this. So if you're a professional and you want to grow your career, stuff that I'm teaching you over here, the knowledge, the that you're going to get is going to help you grow that career by applying those frameworks and being able to put it in your profile and say that I actually can build partnerships and this is what I'm actually doing in my work. It's going to change the way and position your career. The same goes for founders, the same goes for entrepreneurs, and you will start coming on par with other businesses who are able to go beyond what they are doing, take this model to create deeper advantages for them. So what I've actually done is I've built the entire program into different sections. Right? It tells you about how marketing systems can be grown with using strategic partnerships framework with a few case studies. It tells you what is the difference between the traditional and the partnerships way, how will the concept of partnerships work, what is the mindset that you need to have, what is the science and the art of partnerships that you need to understand to be able to start looking your marketing systems to achieve whatever objectives that you may have, right? From getting new customers, opening up new outlets, launching a new product, getting into a new market, building your distributors, dealers, whether it's an SME, whether it's a B2B format, whatever it is that you want to do, you can start applying frameworks and tweaking your marketing and brand positioning systems to be able to do this. And it can be done in a very, very easy way. There's no hard technical knowledge required of any sort. Even people with absolutely no background in sales and marketing or business development, people from any professional background who wants to get into growing whatever they are doing can actually use this framework. Then it tells you very important here where to find those kind of partners. You have to start thinking about who else you can work with, who else you can collaborate with to be able to take things to the next level. It tells you about the thought process, about learning, building the required marketing system framework. It tells you about how you create value propositions, real value which goes just behind the utility that your product or service offers, creates a better experience, makes your consumers, your clients, whether they are business corporate clients or whether they are individual consumers who come and buy from you in retail, you make them feel that they have got real value. You look at how you can find new customers, sales purpose and new product segments and define them in the right way, and then you can actually build your marketing system. I've actually gone ahead and put together across multiple categories and tens of hundreds of platforms, options across different industries that whatever industry you may come in from. It will give you ideas basically to see how you can rework what is it that will work for you. Very important element that a lot of businesses miss out is creating peace of mind for customers. How do you give them the confidence and trust to buy from you, especially if you're opening up for the first time? And that's when you can create warranties, you could create guarantees, you could create money back policies, you could do stuff that's going to really help you go beyond what you are doing, right? This is very important. And then you look at section 10 of how you can actually execute and build and launch your marketing system or strategic part. And this is something that's going to help you redefine things. So now you actually get things on ground and you actually take it ahead. So you have a complete roadmap that you can build on it. You can visualize where you are and where you want to reach over the next 1, 2, 3, 4 quarters, and then keep adapting it year after year after year. And then you have a constant value add segment where you need to stay relevant. So which means you keep changing what you are doing, keep adapting, you see what works and you see how you can do better things there. You all bring it together so where you can look at how you can actually lay out this roadmap and start going into it. You get your communication structures in place, you start writing out to people, you do your collaborations, and then you can start seeing the results out of it. And this is a complete detailed curriculum that you can go and do it. You can do it in days, you can do it in weeks. It's entirely left up to you how you have your schedule in place, what is your passion, what's your drive, and how you want to take it ahead. And this is the way you can actually go ahead and do stuff. And then you see the roadmap as I've seen, and which is where you start defining whom you want to reach, your demographics, you find your strategic partners, build your estimation of revenues, what you're going to achieve over the next 3-4 quarters. You see what's the return on investment that you want to do, ROIs and stuff like that. Again, this is nothing high level, it's very simple done. Build it from ground up. You can launch a communications bounces back from them, you can go to market with this entire roadmap, and then you can start evaluating your results and tweaking them up. And again, you have quantitative evaluation where you see figures, numbers, and you have qualitative evaluation where you see what is the impact that you have done, how many relationships you have built, how many new doors you have opened, right? And how you can leverage the reach of your network, your consumers or your customers, even if they are corporate B2B customers, how they can help you get more business, more referrals, and that's the impact that you can actually evaluate. So what's the transformation that you'll actually get out of this? And this is something that's going to change the way you do things. And that's why I put together these slides where I'm very sure of the transformation that you can get from where you are today to where you want to go. Going to create that roadmap, that bridge to be able to help you achieve this. So most businesses start from what you see today, limitations of budgets, teams, ideas, skills. They're dependent on self-marketing channels, and they have to keep doing this if they want to keep moving ahead. They feel a lot isolated in the market. They're trying to build acceptance for new products, right? They're competing with other players, and if they are bigger players, then you have a challenge there. They're burning their margins with discounts, and their growth is limited by their own resource. The transformation that you get is you're not limited by your budget because you help others pitching in for you. You get access to new teams, ideas, and skills from your partners because you're tweaking your marketing systems to work with others, right? You're doing collaborations now. You're accessing new marketing channels. You're creating the right positioning and right brand association in the market. So you'll be able to be seen with other bigger brands around you. You'll be able to see with other complementary brands, and that makes people feel that I can trust this brand. I can buy from them. But there's somebody else working with them, good enough, right? You can create better trust. They can create better, deeper relationships without competing. So from competing, you're going into collaborations. A complete way, mindset, paradigm. That's very important to succeed in today's inclusive society. And not just you charge premium with experience rather than burning margins on discounts. And you can use resources of your partners to grow. When your transformation comes with so many different factors, definitely going to change the way you do business. And this is what I want you to add. I in fact did a very small comparison. I just took 3 products, one at $100, one at $500, and one at $1,000 pricing, and with just 3 partnerships where every corporate that you collaborate with has got something like 5,000 customers and about 200 employees, right? With just 1% or 2% of conversion. I'm not saying that 80-90% of their base is going to come and buy from you. Just 1 or 2% of conversion, which is 100% possible. The amount of revenue that you can actually generate out of it is phenomenal. So if you see this chart and you see that even with just 1 or 2% of conversion, you can actually drive success, which is going way beyond what you would otherwise do. And that too without competing. That too by getting access to new brands, building trust, getting into new markets and stuff that you may find challenges today in. It's worth exploring this model, right? Worth going into and tweaking your content marketing and business development format with the framework of strategic partnership and collaborations. And this is the way ahead for business. You can apply this for B2B, you can apply this for an SMEs format, you can apply this if you're working with distributors and dealers, you can apply it over there, and you can help get better value for your distributors and dealers going beyond your products by working with other brands that's going to help them reach the same audience and create value for the end consumers. And that's the way you're going to be able to. And I'm sure today that this session has changed the way you think about how you will drive your own business growth over the next 4 quarters and time that you get in and see how you can make this work for you. So let's work together, join in on the program and see how it changes the way you build your marketing systems in place. I look forward to seeing you on the other side.